It's part and parcel of the transfer portal, and those things happen. Now, whether we have the portal or not, you're going to have guys transferring. There's a little bit more movement now because of the additional year of eligibility granted by the NCAA. That's caused a big part of this quote unquote glut of players and some of the player movement because you got guys sticking around. Other players, don't want to wait. So that's happening. But Hugs has, and look, he's dealt with this before. This is not the first time. And he dealt with it at Cincinnati, he dealt with it at Kansas State. I don't think there's anybody like Bob Huggins is a Hall of Famer, and he's one of the best coaches to ever walk a sideline. And so I have no doubt they'll be very good, very competitive. They've got Gabe Osaboyan back and Taj Sherman, and then a blend of new players. So they'll be good. Now, will they be as good as they were last year? I can't say that just yet because you lose players like Culver and McBride. Those are not easy losses to absorb. But this isn't an issue of first impression for Hugs. I think he'll do just fine, and they'll do just fine.
Do you think this is the year that Hugs gets into the Hall of Fame?
I hope so. It's just a matter of time. I mean, I think, I've looked at a lot of these things in different sports. Like I'm a huge sports fan, and I've been to a number of these halls of fame, and I spend I love that stuff. But I think when you look at some of these things and really study it, it comes down to just numbers. And these classes can only be of a certain size by rule. And then when you start thinking about the way basketball does it now, some sports only allow Hall of Fame, people to be considered for Hall of Fame 5 years after they're retired. Well, college basketball and the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, they do it differently. If I believe, I mean, you're eligible when you're still coaching. And I don't know exactly the reason for that. I think it's because college coaches have gone so long now that, they're sometimes, by the time they're eligible, they're infirm or have passed away. And I don't think anybody wants that. So for Hugs, and look, again, I haven't done all the math, but when you look at it, it doesn't seem like it's that hard to figure out. But you've got some coaches that become eligible that are still coaching and kind of moving back a little bit. I don't know what's happened, but he's going to get in. It's just a matter of time. And he's one of the best coaches I've ever watched, and I'm old enough where I've watched a lot of them now. And he's won over 800, 900 games. It's absurd what he's done. Multiple Final Fours. It's a no-brainer. He will ultimately get into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. I'm certain of that.